What's up? And welcome into the Main Event Sports Show. It's Main Event Sports live here. It's going down. Toonerville Deli and Pizza here at 1105 South 1st Street, right at the corner of 1st and Oak. We just got the wings to the table. And fellas, nothing says football season like wings.
Nothing says golf like wings. I love wings. I don't golf.
True that.
The World Series, whatever.
True that. but I tell you what, man, I'm very, very excited. Football is in full gear. Of course, we've not been here to Toonerville Deli and Pizza since before the Alabama game. So it's been a little while. So we have so much to get into. We have Louisville. We have Kentucky. Fellas, I didn't know if I was going to be at this point at all this year, but right now, Kentucky.
Don't say it.
Right now, Kentucky is looking like they might actually have a shot.
At what?
at winning football games. They just broke the streak, so you know what? We're going to give them credit.
31 years.
Of course, our esteemed people, BTI, Billy the intern.
Yes, sir, in full effect.
Is in the house, and my main man with a plan, Haven Harrington, the
right
Trace.
There, baby.
What's going on with you, dog?
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, Kentucky looked for real against Florida.
What show are we on right now, man? What is it?
Hey, it is.
I got to show them proper respect. Like
it is what they controlled that game.
It would be very disrespectful with what Kentucky just did, especially considering Louisville played "What's the Matter, You?" As my man Haven always likes to say,
to a 7-7 tie at halftime.
You know what I'm saying? So no, I am going to come out and I'm going to mention the Fighting Benny Snells first.
Hey,
the streak is dead. Hey.
They murdered the street. They murdered the street. What Kentucky did in Gainesville, they have not won in Gainesville since 1979. Brothers were still wearing bell bottoms and afros.
Yes.
With guys still running around with the butterfly collars, with their hairy chest.
Michael Jackson still had an afro. The last time UK won in Florida, Michael Jackson still had an afro.
What's happening was still on their head.
Michael Jackson still black. The last time UK won in Gainesville, Michael Jackson was still black. But they did it. But the thing is, they controlled the game. Benny Snell, that running attack was
unbelievable.
Amazing.
It was unbelievable.
The defense showed up. Felipe, the quarterback from Florida, couldn't.
It's garbage.
He was garbage anyway.
Congratulations, Louisville, on a big win this weekend.
Yeah, not so much. You know what? We'll talk about them later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about those jokers later.
I'm going to go in on that. I'm going in on that because you know what? Once I finally get to the Louisville game, once we get to it, I'm going to have some high fire. Y'all know that sometimes I get a little upset. So I'm trying to come out and at least get the happiness and the sunshine out of the way first.
See, what y'all don't know behind the scenes, Haven ordered me to sit right here in the middle. He didn't even suggest. He said, "No, you sit in the middle." And they have me surrounded right now, so I can't leave, knowing that they were going to go in on this UK game that they know I don't feel like hearing about. Congratulations, Wildcats! You won a game against a team you hadn't beat since what? I wasn't alive. I'm sorry.
83 was the last time Kentucky had won a game.
So
period.
The last time they won in Florida was in 70.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was like 8 months old. Congratulations. What do you want? Congratulations.
Hey, they got it done, man. Like, the best thing if you're a Louisville fan, the best thing that comes out of this is the fact that Mark Stoops is going to be your coach for the foreseeable future. They'll probably put a statue of this cat out here just for beating Florida. So I'm okay with it because I don't think necessarily that Mark Stoops is great. But I give Kentucky credit. Terry touchdown. Wilson got it done. He played a whole lot better than he did week 1 versus Central Michigan, where he had a 9 quarterback rating.
But I'm going to say this. The way the SEC East looks now, with Tennessee still not being all that great, we know South Carolina is. Vanderbilt looks actually halfway decent, but they didn't play anybody either. Kentucky, it's open for them.
I don't know what it is, but we'll see. I mean, absolutely. I think that when you talk about both of the local teams here, respectively, Kentucky and Louisville, I've seen the division opponents of both Louisville and Kentucky, and neither division, the East in the SEC nor the Atlantic in the ACC, those guys aren't looking like world beaters right now.
They're not. But I'm going to say this, and I never thought I would say this early in the season, but I'm going to say it. As of right now, Kentucky's the best football team in the state.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to.
Right now, week 2? Is this what we're doing now?
Well, my man Haven loves to be prone to hyperbole. So we got to understand that he likes to go like 100 miles ahead as soon as as soon as there's any football played. I'm going to say this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to put it like this. In my opinion, while I congratulate Kentucky for everything that they did winning that game, I definitely think this has more to do with Dan Mullen. Like, when you look at some of the trash can coaches that Florida's had over the last several years, Dan Mullen is the dude that messed it up. And for me, all that goodwill of him coming over, bringing Grantham, and all that's gone. Like, literally, if you check the Florida websites, right now, Dan Mullen's on the hot seat after 2 games.
You know what? All of Florida football, what we thought was going to be pretty good this year with Willie Taggart at Florida State.
Yes.
Mark Richt at Miami. And you have Mullins at Florida. Florida football is trash.
Horrible.
The whole state is trash.
I'm amazed.
The whole state is hot garbage. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stick by it. As of week 2, going into week 3, yes, Kentucky has the best football team.
Kentucky by far has the most impressive win. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but I congratulate you. Benny Snell, you're a bad man. You need to be the dude that walks around with a wallet in your back pocket that says bad mofo. Because, like, he's that dude right now. He is that dude right now. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Benny Snell is a very, very talented running back. You know, he talked a lot in the offseason, but he's walking the walk.
He's backing it up.
And he said that he thinks he's the best running back in the SEC. He said, forget them dudes at Alabama, forget them dudes in Auburn.
So far, he's right.
I mean, I can't disagree with that.
First 2 games of the season,
the guy's been unstoppable.
Right.
I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive. I'm not going to take too much out of it because I do think that Florida, I don't know what's going on with them. All I know is that Dan Mullen was a guy who was on the hot seat at Mississippi State before Dak Prescott kind of resurrected what was going on there and kind of turned it around for them. So,
and then you bring a Todd Grantham, turns it.
All I know is this: Florida signs more 4- and 5-star players than Louisville's ever dreamed of having. So you've got to get it done with that talent. I mean, people continue to talk about with McElwain, it was the coaching, and it wasn't. Now they have a coach. Now they're bringing in a real defensive coordinator. Now everything's fine. Yeah, you can't lose to Kentucky. Haven, I'm going to
say this.
What did Montrell Jones say about Kentucky week at Tennessee?
They didn't practice.
They did not practice.
When it was at Tennessee, they did not practice.
When you have a guy admit that they didn't even practice Kentucky week, and Florida loses to that team,
I'm gonna say this.
Wow.
The whole state of Florida is shook. All the goodwill that Willie Taggart had is gone. All the goodwill that Dan Mullen has is gone out the window. Now the rest of the season has become like must win. Really, for Willie Taggart, Florida State, it's bowl or bust.
It's gonna be like the Lord of the Flies. I mean, are they all playing each other again this year?
Yes, they are.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like, the last guy gets stuck with the check. It's gonna be ugly. Here you go, BTI.
Y'all see how these dudes treat? Look. They set me in the middle of both of them, and they don't let me have a microphone. I just have to put up with this, okay? Listen. We're not going to sit here and act like Western Kentucky is not a school in this state. And the minute that y'all decide y'all want to do that, they're going to come in here this weekend and they're going to send Louisville back into that stadium locker room. Okay? Remember 2001? I was a student at UK at the time. Okay? I didn't even know that Western Kentucky was in town that night to play Kentucky's basketball team. I'm walking through the classroom. No, I'm dead serious. I'm walking through the classroom building, and the college newspaper is laying there on a seat. the front page article was an interview with Dennis Felton. And the person interviewing him literally had the audacity to ask him if he thought that Western Kentucky actually had a chance that night. And answer me, why is it that Western Kentucky beat UK that night without their star player? Was it Chris Marcus, I believe his name was?
That's correct.
Without their star player. Now, let me tell you also this. I used to walk across the campus on the way to the engineering building. And I would see Jules Kamara all the time on campus, and he would speak to me. That next day, he looked me dead in my face and didn't say a word. I wondered if it got around campus that I was down in the lobby of my dorm cheering the Hilltoppers on. My boys. I wonder if it got across here, or if he was just too embarrassed to actually, speak to all the people on campus that day. But anyway, we're not going to sit here and discount. UK is the best team in the state. Of the two teams, watch what happens this coming weekend.
You know what?
I support my Cardinals. Don't sleep on Big Red. Don't do that. Y'all know what happens. What happened when Louisville was the number 3 team in the country and faced off against Western Kentucky's basketball team?
That's basketball. We're talking football. You're the wrong sport.
Okay. Who beat UK at UK? What was it, just 3 years ago?
Okay, that's UK.
That was the Hilltoppers.
That's UK football.
No.
Had Jeff Brown. And he got something like 50 points a game.
UK is doing the best in week 2 out of the three main teams here in the state. That's all I was getting at. There are 3 major teams. And let's not forget about the fact that about every other year, Western Kentucky leapfrogs Louisville as the second largest school in the state. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
Nobody cares.
Louisville didn't even overtake the second spot until they won the championship in 2013. Western Kentucky was holding it down for like 4 or 5 years. Without an engineering school, they have an engineering school now, without a law school, without a school of medicine. Think about that.
Rednecks have to go someplace. So anyway.
And Western still has the dumbest mascot in all of college sports.
He does.
A big old blob. The big old red blob. Yeah, I'm not even going to get in.
No, the Kool-Aid man.
I'm going to save my rant for Western Kentucky for a little bit. Because he's starting to get me excited. Because it's coming.
But hold up. You're a Hilltopper yourself.
Man, look here.
You didn't finish, but you went.
I attended
for
there.
half a semester.
I attended there.
Why you been holding back?
But
what's that all about?
Yeah, he's a Hilltopper.
I'm not going to get into this WKU thing right now. I'm going to save that. I'm going to table that. Because that's looking to the future. But first, we got to go back to the past. So we got Kentucky out of the way. Congratulations, Kentucky. Florida, you suck. And you're embarrassing. Okay, that was very embarrassing.
They beat a down Florida team that everybody knows they should have beat last year.
Yeah, so, I mean, I give them credit.
Everybody knows it. They left a man wide open in the top corner 2 times in a row. That everybody saw it. How could you not? You have it up in the press box. How could you not see that?
I just want to let you know that Facebook Live, and I appreciate Facebook Live because our people always chime in with some good ones. And one of the lovely people on Facebook Live, my girl Joy Blanco, said, "Tell Baby Gerald Levert to be quiet."
Why have people called me that before? This old dude told me, you look like Eddie Levert's son. I was like, who Eddie Levert's son? Oh, he's talking about Gerald Levert.
So Card Nation is standing up and telling you to sit down.
Since about Card Nation, let's go ahead and let's address the Indiana State game. So, Indiana State in the monsoon.
So, okay, Main Event Sports. We of course come to you every Saturday, 104.7 WLOU. Okay, from 6 to 7 p.m. We were on hand around 5 o'clock. Got in to Cardinal Stadium. Got set up. Did a great show, had a great show. It was awesome and amazing. We're able to get in before this new intro, and you know, they have a new bell down there, and of course we have the new wing that opened up and the floor seating. Yeah, everything looked nice. Then the rain.
Then the heaven
came.
opened up.
The expansion opened up. It was nice. So the rains came, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained some more, and a little bit more. So Louisville comes out. First down. Pass the ball. Second down. Pass the ball. Third down. Run the ball 2 yards. Punt. Then like an hour stoppage. Right off the strength of that.
Well, the first stop was only like 45 minutes.
But I'm going to say this. Bobby Petrino came out in his press conference today. And as everybody knows, 3 total stoppages, longest game in Louisville history.
The game started. Hold up. The game started at 7. We left Cardinal Stadium at what, 1 o'clock?
We need to get out of there.
I know, right? It's a habit. I've been for 12 years.
Come on, man.
But no, we left Cardinal Stadium
about 1:30.
Yeah,
about 1:30. So I mean, it was absolutely a mess. But I'm just going to say this. We all understand what happened. 3 long delays. Cardinals were tied 7-7. Their only points in the first half was a punt return by Louisville native Rajay Burns on a punt. Okay, second half comes out after just a very, very bad showing from Jawan Puma Pass. Second half, pass is ineffective for one drive. Ultimately, Malik Cunningham, the backup quarterback, comes in, has a couple of nice plays, drives Louisville to 24 points, and Louisville ends up winning the game 31-7. But, you know, there was a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things, the delays, the rain, the monsoon, but
no excuse.
For me, hear the coach's thoughts after he's had a time. A lot of times right after the game, coaches are still, the emotions are still raw, and they just kind of shoot off at the cuff. So I like to hear the comments the following Monday as they get ready for their new week. Once they've had a time to look at film, break it down. I'm just going to say this. Bobby Petrino, me and you have had a love-hate relationship. You tried to fight me at one of the press conferences. I love you anyway. It's okay. But I'm just going to tell you this. When you literally come out and say, well, we had a game plan together, but I guess maybe we should have run the ball more instead of trying to come out and pass it. Bobby Petrino, in the first half of this game, in a monsoon, throws the ball 16 times. Only 11 rushes, and several of those rushes were scrambles where Puma Pass had to get out of there because there was nowhere to go the ball. It really makes me start to go along the lines of thinking,
what are you doing?
Maybe Bobby really has lost his fastball a little bit. Because if you have a coach that knows that you are coming into a football game where you're playing in a monsoon, and when it's raining, Billy, and you know that conditions are going to be bad, what is an offensive team supposed to do?
Run the ball.
Run the football. So for Bobby Petrino, supposed to be one of the greatest offensive minds of all time, to not understand that I need to get out here and establish the run game. That is absolutely asinine. It is ridiculous, and it's pathetic.
Hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't advise throwing against hurricane force winds, but look, what I think is going on with Bobby Petrino is that people are getting what they begged for. Everybody was talking about the type of person that he was, how he was so impersonal. He didn't know his players' names, this and that, and he didn't treat them like they were his sons, like like Strong did, and like the coaches before him. Listen, y'all asked this dude to soften up. Y'all asked for it, and as you already know, you got to be careful what you ask for, because Bobby Petrino is not the Bobby Petrino that he used to be.
That was, you know what? I love to hear. I love to hear the coach's comments, but Haven, I'm telling you, like those comments today, if you really did not know, because literally it had been projecting that it was going to be a torrential downpour for a while, like at least since Thursday. Everybody knew it was going to rain. So you're telling me you had a couple of additional days to prepare for the elements, and that's the game plan that you try to come out with and tell Puma Pass to throw the ball all over the place.
Well, no, you know what? Here's my issue. Because everybody in the press box said the same thing. We all thought Bobby was going to come out, run the ball about 60 to 70% of the time. We should have been able to run it down Indiana State's throat. To me, the most pressing issue, now granted it was raining, the conditions were bad, the field wasn't sloppy, really. It was wet.
Well, no, Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, Cardinal Stadium. Now you got me saying it. Right? Cardinal Stadium drains amazingly well. Yeah. Absolutely.
But with that being said,
hey, you have a good one.
Those guys were not getting the push on the offensive line.
Thank you.
They should have gotten.
Main Event Sports.
They did not get the push on the offensive line.
Yes.
They should have gotten. Their running backs really didn't have a lot of run.
Heyman, you said they didn't run the ball.
But
they didn't even run the ball. You want to talk about the fact that they should.
When he passed the ball, there were free rushers coming in all the time.
Hey, really and truthfully?
Indiana State ran a double blitz through the same gap And they did that about 4 or 5 times, and we could not pick it up. That's why Puma had to scramble.
I'm going to say this.
It was crazy.
And my man, Kelly Dickey, who is like the biggest stats gurus for U of L sports, I'll have to check with him to make sure. But literally in that game, I do not believe Louisville lined up and went I formation power until Mekhi Becton runs that ball in as a fullback. I believe that was the first time all game that they run it. So either Tobias Little is like
the first play of the game.
Was that I formation?
The first play of the game, they run a traditional Bobby style play, and that was the last you saw of it.
I mean,
they did the same thing as Alabama. They ran a traditional Bobby play, the first play of the game, and you never saw it again.
I mean, this pistol, this shotgun formation, Little, you can't run. You should be running power in that situation, especially with the elements. And it just worries me that if this is the best that Coach Petrino is coming up with, I kind of harken back to the Water Boy. And everybody remembers the Water Boy's coach when he was like, at the chalkboard, he's like, okay, so we're going to do a reverse. No, we're going to do a double reverse. No. We're going to fake the double reverse, and then we're going to come back. Hold on. I don't know where I'm at. Like, I feel as if that's Bobby Petrino right now.
Mama said alligators is ornery because they got all them teeth and they ain't got no toothbrush.
I mean, like, I feel like that's where he's at. Like, I don't know if Bobby knows what he's – I don't know if somebody stole his playbook. I don't know what happened.
I'm just going to say this. From watching the game, I was very disappointed in the 5 hours took to run the first half. But besides it taking forever on the first half, Louisville couldn't establish the run at all. And to me, that was more perplexing than anything else. You had running backs.
But see, my thing is, you say they didn't establish it. They didn't even try to establish the run.
Dave Williams.
That's my issue. They didn't try to establish the run.
But here's the thing is, you need to get running backs going because your man Puma Pass is not that type of a running quarterback. But they never even tried to establish one at all.
I just want to let you know.
That was just perplexing.
Our man Dave Fife checked in. He said Bobby Petrino equals cold hot dog water.
Look, I know that y'all kind of confused if you just now tuning in because you probably saw these dudes choking on UK success from this weekend and then going off on Louisville like they're just losers. Let me remind you, this is a pro U of L show, okay? Just in case it seems confusing, because these dudes right now, I don't know where I'm at right now.
Time out. It's now pro U. I called the way I see it.
I don't know what's going on right now. Congratulations, Cards. You won a game.
They won.
By a lot. In dangerous weather.
No, they won by a lot because they put in Malik Cunningham.
Hazardous weather conditions. You won. Congratulations.
Because they put in Malik Cunningham.
Nobody's told you
who turned out to be Lamar Jackson Jr. The offense really clicked. And like I said in the press box, when I saw Malik Cunningham get the ball, and I saw Louisville start to score, and the offense started to move, I said then and there, you just witnessed the death of Bobby 1.0.
You know what? I don't even think it's that deep. I remember at the time I was thinking, well, maybe. But it comes down to the fact that Louisville didn't try to run the ball in the first half. Like, it's not the death of Bobby 1.0. If it is, it's just because Bobby doesn't want to, do simple things like run the football. Like, I don't know if it's more or less the death of Bobby 1.0 or Bobby is just kind of lost his way. But it's
I don't think Bobby's lost his way. Bobby is married to the spread offense. Like Willie Taggart. Willie Taggart at FSU.
How can you be married to the spread offense when you have a quarterback that's not mobile like that? Like, if Puma Pass is going to be your quarterback, you're not running spread.
But you saw it against Alabama, all they ran was a spread. That's all they ran was a spread offense.
I mean, they ran spread formations. But it wasn't read option. There was a lot of passing.
It's not read option spread, but they're running a spread offense, just like Florida State has now changed their offense. And Florida State's now running a spread offense. And that's what Bobby's doing. Bobby's no longer going to do the power spread he had before, the power running game and things of that nature. What you see now, what you see with Malik Cunningham is the future U of L football.
I mean, you know what? Considering Puma Pass is a sophomore, that's going to be 3 ugly years of football if you're trying to run that offense with Puma Pass.
they're going to run it. But Louisville needs to find a running back, which brings back to another.
It's not about the run back. You got to have a quarterback that can run. Like, you can't run a spread.
No, you can't, but it's different types of spreads. Like, you can run a spread where it's mostly throwing, and you still have a traditional running back. Or you can run the spread option, which like what West Virginia runs, or like we run with Malik Cunningham.
Right, you're talking about more of a spread like a Nevada or
Nevada
something like that.
Colin Kaepernick, which
right.
5 wide receivers the whole time, and we're slinging it.
Right,
and that's what Louisville wants to do.
Man, you gotta run the football, man. You gotta run the football.
They're trying to run the football, but you have to understand their best running back was a dude who wasn't even on the team until a week before the Alabama game.
I mean, all I know is this: is that Colin Wilson had a nice per carry average. You know, the most of the running backs did. Louisville just gave no effort to run the football. And at the end of the day, that's my issue. And of course, our girl Joy checked in. She said, our girl Joy checked in again. She said, my mama said Petrino is the devil.
Right.
So.
Now look, I have to be a voice of reason. I understand that y'all are very deep into the analytics and such. This is this young man's second game, the first of which was against the NFL D-League team, Alabama. The second of which was in some of the worst weather conditions that I think in the history of U of L football.
Yeah, probably.
2 games. And y'all already discounting this man for the rest of his career at U of L?
Well, no. First of all,
it's going to be 3 tackles.
First of all, I think that Juwan Pass is a very talented quarterback. It's not a lack of faith in Juwan Pass. My lack of faith is in Robert Petrino.
Okay.
That's my issue. Is that when I see this game plan and I see that this is the best you can come up with, coming off of a game where you get destroyed by Alabama and you have a chance to have a sacrificial lamb that you can just go out there and look dominant. Just push them around. Just line up, run power, and just dominate.
Dude, wasn't the point spread almost the same as what the Louisville, Alabama point spread was?
Something like that.
Yeah. So you can say that they blew them out as bad as Alabama blew out Louisville.
I mean, I look at it like this. It was not impressive. Brian Petrino needs to get it together. He has one more week of free football.
No, well, this is not
because
the week. Sorry,
you have one more week of free football because you got those big red blobs coming up here.
Gonna be the week.
Okay, because last I checked, neither Petrino nor Jeff Brom is walking through that door. Okay, so
Willie Taggart.
When those bums come up here from Bowling Green,
right.
He gets one more week of a reprieve to have ugly football. But within this next week and a half, 2 weeks, by the time you go on the road to Virginia, Bobby Petrino needs to get it together.
If Western wins, I want both of y'all come to the show next week, next Monday, dressed like Big Red. Straight up.
Deal.
Straight up.
Deal.
I would come dressed as the Kool-Aid Man.
Deal. I would come in here looking like old school rerun, beanie and all.
we would do that, and we'll walk up and down First Street.
You know what I'm saying? Popping and locking. I got it.
But it is, you know what?
But it was very frustrating.
I was disappointed with the. Granted, the weather was bad. Louisville should have ran the ball.
Like it was cloudy.
No.
Right.
I mean, it was horrible. But Louisville should have ran the ball, shortened the game. Got you quick 21, 24.
Because as soon as they decided that they wanted to run the ball, they ran all over them. They literally ran all over them. Once Malik Cunningham came in, and it was basically run, play. Wow, magical. Indiana State had no chance.
Well,
so my issue is, why did it take you until the second half and a quarterback change for you to realize that you could run the football?
Because it took the quarterback that could run to spark the offense.
Louisville does not need a quarterback to run the football to be able to run the football against Indiana State.
Apparently they did.
No, apparently the coach is an idiot.
Ooh, that's harsh. You love Bobby too.
Apparently he's trying some things against a weaker opponent in order to get the team more acclimated to the new system that they have. Maybe that's the case. They have a new defensive coordinator. They have a new quarterback.
Oh, speaking of defense,
they lost some of their best players in this last year's draft. I mean, what, dude? Y'all expectations are just in week 2, and they won the game 35-7. And y'all sitting here talking like, dude, all right. Y'all can have it from here.
I just, you know what? Sometimes it's just about, I just want to hear your thoughts. And if you literally thought that was the best plan of action coming into the game,
Let us know.
Leave
a comment. Let us know.
Oh, come on, y'all.
Leave a comment. Let us know.
Please leave a comment.
And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All guys on Facebook over here and guys watching us on YouTube over here, subscribe to YouTube channel.
Yes.
Leave a comment. Leave a message. Tell us what you think about either the UK-Florida game or Indiana State U of L. I want to hear from you. Go to our website. Subscribe to the newsletter. So you can get all.
Come on, Bobby. I believe in you, Bobby. I still love you, Bobby. Get it together, Bobby. You're better than this, Bobby. Don't be like that, Bobby.
Look, if you, Bobby, the ACC's down this year.
We still love you, Bobby.
Outside of Clemson, you got a fighting chance in every game.
But you know what? Sometimes I got to call it like it is, man.
Hey, sometimes you got to. Say, thanks for tuning in to the Main Event Sports Show. Don't forget, hit subscribe, leave a comment. We could not do this without you. Peace.
Baby Gerald Levert.